All right, so moving on to the last part of our pyramid is going to be our skill. Right? How well do you move in a specific movement, right? Do you have good snatch technique, right? Do you understand how to kip? Are your muscle ups good? Do you run properly, right? That's your skill, okay? Very specific movement things. What we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a triangle over this that's going to show what we specialize in, right? And what you can expect to learn about yourself today through our diagnosis and what we're going to talk about later on. All right, so that second triangle here, you can see that encompasses everything that we're going to work through today, talk about today, and help you improve upon. All right, we'll start down from the bottom. You can see that mobility and flexibility, right? Movement makes up a large part of our triangle. That's our bread and butter. We specialize in that, right? We're going to take you through that movement exam. We're going to find where you're limited, and we're going to tell you what you need to do to fix it, okay? Big part of what we're doing here. Strength balance, also a huge part, right? Working with your coach, they're going to hit strength balance a little bit as well, right? They're not going to have you deadlift 5 days in a row, okay? They're not going to have you run 6 days a week. Just by balancing your programming, right, they're contributing to developing good strength balance. We're just going to get a lot more specific, okay, and maybe do movements that you might not necessarily see otherwise, right? And this is a big part of why you're here. Your coaches do a great job with your skill. They do a great job with your work recovery, right? Whether they know it or not, they're working on your strength balance, right? But because you have smart coaches, they've brought in specialists, right, meaning us, to take care of all the rest of this, to help them understand how they can help you with the rest of this, okay? Moving up the pyramid, work recovery, right? Your coach is also going to work with you on that just as much as we are, okay? We go to seminars and we see people who, like we talked about, have a lot of work going on and not a lot of recovery. They're just increasing that box, okay? We can help you understand how to do that better. But again, your coach is going to program that in as well. All right, finally, skill. We've got a little piece of this here, okay? Again, your specialist coaches are going to be the best at helping you with this, right? We're not going to write you an Olympic weightlifting program. We're not going to write you a gymnastics program. Taking care of this stuff and a lot of the things that we're going to give you to do is going to help improve your skill a little bit, right? But again, this is not what you're here for. You're here to take care of all of this. Make sense? All right, so how does this tie into your load versus your capacity? Like we talked about, these are all loads on your system. And if we can do things to eliminate them or minimize them, you're going to have that much more room to work. All right, so we take care of your movement, your flexibility, your mobility. That's going to help limit more wear and tear, and it's going to help that soft tissue function. Remember, soft tissue function is the ability of a tissue to do what it needs to do, right? Lengthen, contract, your nerve to glide or slide, whatever it is. If you can improve your mobility and flexibility, by definition, your tissues are going to function more properly, right? More efficiently. Strength balance, equally, right, is going to help with that soft tissue function. If I have a super strong bicep, right, so it's pulling on this joint, super strong here, but my tricep is very weak, I'm not getting any pull going this way, right, that's going to affect how my tissue functions. It might even affect my movement, right, because I'm so much stronger here and so much weaker here, right? So working on that strength balance, improving your ratios across the board, across all of your movements, is going to start to help that soft tissue, right, and knock down that box a little bit. Work recovery, obviously, stress, diet, and sleep. Same thing, right? We're minimizing that box, okay? And your skill. You move better, you're less likely to get hurt, right? You're going to feel better. So if we can use these in the right order, through the diagnosis and through what we give you for what you need to do about it, right? We can start knocking these down, making your load that much lower, right? And by improving these, increasing your capacity at the same time, giving you that much more room to live with no pain, right? And over time, you may be able to add work, right? As long as you're still recovering and you're getting more of your wants and needs. So we're talking about less pain and we're talking about more wants and needs, which is something I think everybody would like to see. Right? Make sense? Fantastic. Third time's a charm.